You're always off in your own little world, aren't you?
Hey everyone! May or may not have kind of forgot about this YouTube channel for the past 2 to 3 years, as you can see by the last video that was posted in like 2017. But I am really determined to start putting out more content and actually like filming stuff that I really like, because it's such a fun thing to do. And what better time to start than when we were all in basically a nationwide quarantine in our houses doing nothing. So I figured, why not start now and start by talking about a brand that I absolutely love. I'm gonna do a full face of Glossier makeup today and just basically talk about some of my favorite products, how I use it, why I like it, and whatnot. If you're similar to my skin tone or my skin type, which is very dry in the winter and pretty dry-ish in the summer, you can probably see what product might be a good fit for you. So stay tuned. To start things off, after I put on my moisturizer and whatnot, I actually purchased the infamous Glossier Priming Moisturizer Cream. It's a buildable hydrating cream, and it's essentially just meant to be a basic moisturizer. You put it on before you put on any of your skincare stuff or your makeup stuff. I will say though, however, for me, after purchasing this, the reason why you can tell this is still pretty full is because after using this for maybe about a week or so, I noticed that I was starting to break out. It was like I had a little bit of redness and some lumpiness on my cheeks, if that makes any sense, and it just was kind of unusual, and this was the only new product that I had started using in my routine. So I figured it was this, and I stopped using it, and it cleared up. So I personally, like, my skin didn't react the best to this, but it's definitely something to try if you are looking for something that is moisturizing and something as a foundation hydrating cream to use before you start everything. Now, the only other thing I also have from their skincare line is their famous Glossier Future Do. It comes in this really, really cute jar, and it's like everything in their brand are super aesthetic. And this Future Do is a oil serum hybrid that you basically use at the very end of your skincare routine, and they tell you to put it on the high points of your face for some extra glow. I usually, it comes in this little nozzle thing. I put it on directly and I squeeze just the slightest bit, and then if I want more, I'll put it on my hand. And the reason I do it so carefully is because the first time I got this, I literally just like it like spurt everywhere because I squeezed it too hard, or I pumped it way too hard, and it just like came out, and it was not good because I felt like I wasted a bunch of products. So I was super shiny that whole day because I just smeared it all on my face and I didn't want it to go to waste. This is basically what it looks like. It's not super bright or anything. There is a little bit of pigmentation in the actual product when it comes out. It's like a slight pink color. I think they said in store, one of the employees said that they put quartz in it, which is super interesting, but I really like it. I think it like comes out perfectly and it blends right into your skin. So totally love that product. Would 10 out of 10 recommend. Now, the next product I'm gonna put on is their Perfecting Skin Tint that comes in this little bottle. It's super cute. They have a decent amount of range in this. I am in G7, that's my skin tone. Again, most of their products kind of look like paint products to begin with because most of them are in liquid form to begin with, or a cream. This is super sheer. So if you're looking for something that provides that full coverage, it's not something you're gonna like very much. Like, it's not gonna cover everything on your face that you want it to cover. If I'm out just trying to go out and get like, I don't know, bread or just go grocery shopping really fast, I don't need a full face of makeup, but it's nice to put this on just because it does provide just the perfect amount of coverage, and like it blends out just enough that it helps me even out my skin. And I think that's my personal biggest problem with my skin, is just the hyperpigmentation and the fact that some parts of my skin is darker or lighter than the other parts of my face. So I think this is a really great product of just kind of like enhancing the overall like tone of my face while also helping me blend out and even out everything. Now, that being said, if you are looking for something that is much more like thick in terms of coverage, something I would totally recommend is their Stretch Concealer. it comes out in this tiny cute little jar. You can tell mine is a little gross because I've been using it for so long, but yeah, it's a little jar and you use your fingers, and you have to use your fingers to kind of warm it up. It looks small, but to tell you the truth, this lasts forever. I have barely made a dent in it, and I'm in the shade G8. So the lower your number is, the darker your skin tone is. So I have this shade, one shade lighter than the skin tint, just because I tend to like a lighter concealer than my actual foundation, and I put it over my trouble spots, which are my under eyes, because your girl is stressed, even though I literally haven't left this room in like nearly a week, and the redness on my cheeks. It's a very creamy kind of formula, so again, it blends out very seamlessly. You just have to make sure you get all the spots. And one con is always put some napkins or tissues near you, because I am using my hands, so I tend to get it all over the place. If you are looking for something that is more full coverage, definitely look into the stretch concealer. I definitely think that this is something that you could use if you are looking to cover more like trouble spots and whatnot. You want something that is more full coverage rather than the skin tint, because it is just a tint. Now, next, after I basically have the basic foundation of my face ready, I go ahead and go in with their Cloud Paint. So their Cloud Paint is basically, well, again, it actually does look like paint. It's super, super cute. This is the darkest shade they have. It's called Storm. And something I have learned the hard way after purchasing this is when you use it, you have to be super careful, because it comes out just like paint. It squirts everywhere. So what I usually do is I hold it with 2 fingers in one hand, and I put 1 finger just to cover the top of the nozzle, maybe like halfway, squeeze it ever so slightly and pray it doesn't go everywhere. I get like a tiny dot on my finger, and then I just kind of like dab it onto my face, and I take the excess and I just do it the same thing. And if I need more, I'll repeat the process, because a little goes a long way with this product. And I'm not a huge blush person to begin with, to be honest. I don't really know how to put on blush. Just kind of like rub it everywhere and pray for the best. Make sure I don't put too much so I look like I just ran a marathon for no reason. So again, I don't really put that much blush to begin with. All of these products will be in the description, so if anybody wants to look at the exact range and the exact tone and like color I am, you can definitely look at that too. After I use the blush, I have a highlighter. They have 2 kinds of highlighters at Glossier. This is the liquid one. It looks like a little nail polish bottle. This is the NiteShine in Platinum Rose. When you open it, it looks like it looks like the little wand you would see in lip glosses. So I just swipe it on the top of my cheekbones, put on my nose. Sometimes I'll put it on my eyelids too, to be honest, because it gives your eyelid this like natural dewy shine. And I literally just smear it all over the place. So I really like this because not only did the Future Do serum that I used in the very beginning keep me nice and glowy, but this one kind of just adds a little bit more pop on specific areas. And it lasts all day. Like when I'm in class and going from building to building and I'll use the bathroom, I'll look at myself in the mirror and be like, oh my god, like, man, I kind of look like a disco ball, but I have no problem with that. So after I basically have the face part of my routine finished, I go ahead and do more of detailing, which basically means my eyelashes and my eyebrows. Now, this was essentially the first product I ever got at Glossier. Everyone basically knows what this product is if you've ever heard of the brand. It is their infamous boy brow. You can tell mine has been through a lot because, like I said, it was the first one I ever got, which was like, I don't know, almost a year ago. And it is amazing. I use it by itself, or I'll draw in my brows and use it as like a way to basically control my eyebrows. And it's tinted. I got mine in the shade brown, mainly because when I tried the one that was in black, I looked mad. I looked so angry. So I prefer this color, and I'll basically just swipe it on. If you really want more pigmentation and your eyebrows to have a better shape and color to it and more depth, you probably should draw in your eyebrows first. But when this dries and you layer it, it does help like a lot. Like sometimes it takes me 2 or 3 layers to get to that darkness that I actually want. I, again, really recommend this. I think they sell the Boy Brow in a set with their Lash Stick, which is the product I'll be using next. Glossier does a really great job of having sets, so the skin tint and the concealer come as a set, and they'll give you discounts because, hello, who doesn't love saving money? The next product I want to talk about is their Glossier Lash Stick. This is adorable. It comes in this very simple pink packaging, and I really love this mascara. It's been my go-to mascara for the past few months. It doesn't really smear, it doesn't really leave any like remnants on your face and whatnot. So I'll go in with first my eyelash curler. I will say I usually curl my eyelashes and I use a primer. This primer is literally just a Maybelline primer. So quick disclaimer, like I'm not using just the lash stick by itself. It is pretty good by itself, but because I have straight Asian lashes, I use primer to like at least give it some extra volume. I need as much volume as I can. So I'll go ahead and curl it first. Then go in with this primer. It's the Maybelline Colossal Big Shot Tint. Yeah, tinted primer. So it looks like mascara. Pretty sure this was my mom's, and then I took it. And then after I do a little bit of primer, go in with the lash stick. The one thing that I always try to avoid is like, you know, those spider leg eyelashes where it's just clumpy and doesn't look right, and that kind of eyelash never even works with my eyelashes to begin with because they refuse to stay curled. So I look crazy if I try to, because it just makes my eyes like look like they're going out like this. So this is what it looks like. Let it dry a little bit. Sometimes I'll curl it again, sometimes I won't, it just depends. But yeah, I really like this mascara. It is a great way to just have like a starting set, especially like I said, these two come together when you buy them on the website. They are kind of expensive by itself, so definitely recommend that if you are looking for some starting products. Last but not least, the final products that I usually put on after I basically have my makeup done, I'm ready to get out the door, I'll bring these two products or one of the colors with me at all times just to give my face a little bit more pop, and that's their Glossier Generation G lipsticks. These are amazing. When I went to the pop-up shop in Atlanta, the first thing I wanted to do was to get these. Like, this was the end goal. This is what the packaging looks like. It's very simple. It just says Generation G on the back. So I got two colors. I got the shades Cake and Like. So one of them is definitely more of a neutral coral color, while the other one is like more of a pink, cute color. I always put on chapstick first because, again, like my face, my lips are always dry. And I think for today, I'm actually gonna mix the two because I do this sometimes. I like both of them so much I can never decide, so I just end up using both. I'll start out with Cake. So again, much more coral, kind of a neutral color. And I'll just dab it on very lightly. These actually come out much more sheer than they actually look in the packaging. When you look at the other colors online, you can probably see that while the actual lipstick itself looks really dark, it doesn't come out that way. This is Like, so it looks like a plum color, but when you put it on, it's much more pink. Granted, I am putting this on top of another color, so it's not gonna look exactly like what it looks like by itself. But the two together give me both that coral base with a little bit of color, and I really like it. I absolutely love these Generation G lipsticks. This video, by the way, not sponsored. I really wish, if only. So this is the finished look. I absolutely love Glossier. I love their products. I think it's a great way to kind of get into makeup if you're not like a huge makeup person to begin with, but I also think that it's a great way to just have some products that is ready for you and your busy schedule, and you just kind of smear it on and you go. I know that there's kind of like this conception that you have to have perfect skin or whatnot to have Glossier, but I think that the thing that I like about this brand so much is the fact that it doesn't do anything but make me feel like I can embrace what my face looks like to begin with. So I don't have to add too much to feel beautiful and to feel like glowy and fresh, and I absolutely love the dewy look that I have when I walk out the door, and it maintains it that way for the entirety of the day. So if you are interested in any of the products I tried on today, I have all of these products linked down below, and if you really have any questions or any recommendations, please let me know. I would love to hear it. And yeah, thank you so much for tuning in. This was super fun. I'm looking forward to doing another one in the future. Thanks everyone. Have a great day. Bye.